One second. Mr. Trivedi, in the judgment in DC Wadhwa versus State of Bihar, the Constitution bench, headed by the very respected P.N. Bhagwati, Chief Justice, observed, and I quote to you, but it is possible that when the legislature is not in session, because when you came into power, it was not in session, circumstances may arise which render it necessary to take immediate action. And in such a case, in order that the public interest may not suffer by reason of the inability of the legislature to make a law, the governor is vested with the power to promulgate ordinances. Sir, I ask you with all sincerity, Mr. Trivedi, please tell me, what is the public interest you served? What is the public interest you served by going for the ordinance route to appoint an ex-TRAI man as Narendra Modi's principal secretary?
Bang on.
What is the public interest? You tell me and I'll concede the debate.
Answer?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I would like to say first, the Samajwadi Party and Congress Party, if they perceive this self as a use of the government legislation or the use of the government power for the sake of one person or persons, they do not have any local standing. I would like to have some uninterrupted 30 seconds. The Samajwadi Party, which is using their power to withdraw cases against terrorists, and they are asking...
you're digressing now, dodging.
We have never used the ordinance.
They are using it. I understand. Let me uninterrupted. Now I would like to ask Congress. Let me complete my sentence. This is not fair that four persons are constantly shouting.
Let him speak. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Let him speak. No, Gaurav Bhatia, let him speak. No, he wants to respond. Let him. He wants to respond. Let him.
It is not fair on the part of Mr. Gaurav Bhatia.
Okay, you respond. Please respond.
Now I would ask.
Go ahead,
Amee Yajnik.
Go ahead.
And let me complete my sentence. I would ask Miss Amee Yajnik, who has amended the Central Election Commission. It was Mr. Narasimha Rao when he was fed up with TN session. And you have made it that the two additional election commissioners will be having equal powers. Was it not targeted with a person? And you are asking about this. Who appointed National Advisory Council? Sonia Gandhi. And afterwards, when it fell in the trap of Office of Profit, then you amended the things. Only for the sake of Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, and these parties are now standing in front of us on a rational logic and giving us a sermon on the morality. I don't think
can I respond?
No, one sec. Amee Yajnik should respond. I would like to point out to you, sir, that Rajnath Singh...
So you don't do all that.
Can I respond?
So Mr. Trivedi, you have not liked any of the conduct of the UPA, so you don't do it. Why are you doing the same thing? Why are you asking me such a question? You stop doing all that.
Moreover, one second. Moreover, Mr. Trivedi, February 2014. One second. Moreover, Mr. Trivedi, every time the ordinance debate controversy happened, who was at the forefront of criticizing the Congress UPA government as having compromised Indian democracy? It was the BJP, sir. In fact, your party leader and the person with whom you have served as political secretary, Rajnath Singh, now Home Minister, he said, and I quote him, issuing an ordinance is something which should be done in exceptional cases. We are against the ordinance route.
Arnab.
And we will register our protest with the... We'll register our protest with the President of India. What is the hurry of bringing in the ordinance? This is a cruel joke on our democracy. These are the words of Rajnath Singh. Sir, my question to you is, sir, that same cruel joke you are now playing, please tell me, you can't get away. आप जरा बताइए आज विस्तृत तौर पे कि वही क्रूअल जोक आप क्यों खेल रहे हैं लोगों पर? सुधांशु त्रिवेदी, क्या आपके पास कोई जवाब नहीं है आज? Have you run out of answers? I am asking you for a second time. Do you want to concede the debate? Do you want to admit you are making a mistake?
Which you are quoting.
Yes, I am quoting Rajnath Singh.
Arnab, the quote of Mr. Rajnath Singh, which you are quoting,
yes,
it was in which context? It was in the context of food security bill, which you tried to bring through ordinance.
So, are you telling me?
Imagine the bill.
No, one second. Just 1 minute. Are you telling me? No, 1 second. Mr. Trivedi.
Correction of one act, which is in totally.
Mr. Trivedi. By the way, 1 second. Mr. Trivedi, 1 second. I just want to say. No, 1 second. 1 minute.
And this is TRAI technical correction.
Sir, 1 minute. By the way, Vinod Mehta just messaged me. No, 1 second. Vinod Mehta messaged me. He says...
in grossly misappropriate context.
Sir...
Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi should be reminded that the Congress was not right in bringing the ordinance for food security, but at the same time food security has a larger public interest element than bringing an ordinance for an individual. And we are.
Sir, why are you doing this?
Sir,
why are you doing this? Why? No, and 1 minute. By the way, Vinod Mehta messaged me. He says, no, 1 second. Vinod Mehta says, I want to ask one question. So we are going to put Vinod Mehta up in 3 minutes. Mr. Mehta, I expect our call. But no, 1 second. The question is, Mr. Trivedi, you ask me, in what context did Rajnath Singh criticize? Yes, he criticized in the context of the food security bill. That same food security bill, yesterday in yesterday's budget, Arun Jaitley has kept a lot of money for it. He has ensured that the food security bill, the same bill, has enough budgetary allocations. Mr. Trivedi, are you saying that the food security bill supported by your government is less important an issue than the appointment of one man who Narendra Modi wants as his principal secretary? Please tell me, sir. And I'm telling you, if you want to concede the debate and say I have lost the debate, you can say so today. I will not hold it against you.
We are not against food security bill. When you started talking on the technical point of ordinance versus bill, it has to be considered on the issue, which is a vast issue, very complicated issue related with 125 crore people, which you are claiming, which is happening.
So now tell me how does the appointment of Nripendra Misra concern 125 crore people?
So we are not at all against food security bill.
No, so tell me now, how does...
I am asking that if Congress is against any type of amendment in any regulator, so they should stand with all the regulators.
Sir, I say tonight...
isolate one regulator.
Sir, I say tonight... No, 1 second. I say tonight, I'll open the lines. I think tonight you should... Sir, if you want to bring an ordinance...
that we support food security bill for Madhya Pradesh.
Sir, if you want...
But we do not support Congress rules for Maharashtra.
Amee Yajnik,
answer one question.
The logic which you are trying to put, it is this
What
type of
is
logic.
the public interest element in taking the ordinance route? What is the public interest in this, that you took the ordinance route?
Sir, in fact, I'd say...
Why don't you answer that?
Sir, no. In fact, I'd say if you want to pass an ordinance, you pass an ordinance for the Prevention of Corruption Amendment Act of 2013, which seeks to make giving of a bribe an offence and enlarges the definition of taking a bribe and covers commercial organizations. Sir, I'll also tell you, if you want to pass an ordinance, I would say today to you, wouldn't we come, Kumar Ketkar, that you pass an ordinance for the Child Labour Prohibition and Regulation Amendment Bill 2012, which seeks to tighten the existing law and protects the interests of children between 14 and 18 years of age and prohibits employment of these children and exploitation of these children in hazardous occupations, which seeks to prohibit employment of children before 14 years so that children will not be exploited. You want to pass an ordinance, sir? I say I demand you pass an ordinance for this.
Obviously.
But how do you pass an ordinance to appoint this man as the principal secretary to the Prime Minister?
The ordinance will be required. Obviously, the ordinance would be required for all such causes which have social justice. Social justice. Ask Mr. Trivedi to shut up for a while. Arnab, ask Mr. Trivedi to shut up for a while because he is changing the subject, he is changing the goalpost.
Who's changing the goalpost?
He is not answering the straight question. What is the social justice relevance? What is the social justice relevance in Nripendra Misra's appointment? That he has not answered.
Sir, I'm asking...
They have not answered any question.
Mr. Trivedi...
By reversing every single stand, including Swiss Bank, including
and black money. What is the objection of the Congress Party in amendment of the TRI bill?
Arun
Just ask the question. Is there objection is rational or personal based?
Arun Jaitley says...
Mr. Kumar Ketkar, you yourself should answer. What is your objection?
Arun Jaitley
objection is in person or in principle? First, I want to let you know.
You are not answering the question raised by Arnab Goswami. What is so urgent and extraordinary in Nripendra Misra's appointment? That you have not answered. It is not a question of principle. It is a question
it is a question of principle.
Which you always criticized, and now you are issuing ordinance for not
a question of principle.
It is not a question of principle.
Question of person.
Can I come in, please?
Okay, I accept
your own argument.
If you are thinking that this is a question of person,
so
this shows the dearth of ideas in opposition. They lost on the ground of issues. Then they lost on the ground of personal attack on political leaders. Now they have come to the level of attacking on the bureaucrats. This is your issue.
Mr.
You must try to introspect
Mr.
from where
Trivedi,
you have come.
converting the
From
question
the
into
issue of
personal.
issues to the bureaucrat, attacking on bureaucrats.
Sir, you have not answered what is A, the public interest, B, the
Mr.
urgency.
Trivedi, you brought in Mulayam Singh.
Political
Mr.
mindset in the
Trivedi,
opposition.
you brought in Mulayam Singh. You brought in his appointment with Mulayam Singh. So you made
Arnab,
it
can I
personal.
come in
You
on
did
that,
not make the
please?
question of principle.
He was principal
Arnab,
secretary.
You are
to Chief
converting-
Minister
you are
when Mr.
converting the
Mulayam Singh was
question
CM,
See,
and
into
also
personal
principal
ones.
secretary
Nobody
CM,
is
Mr. Kalyan Singh was
questioning-
Sir, you came to power.
Track record of Mr. Nripendra Misra.
No, no.
Nobody is saying that
No. Mr. Nripendra Misra is a very nice man.
The question is larger than
He's a very efficient man. He's a great man. It's not about Nripendra Misra.
Accommodate a person.
The question is, why have you brought in an ordinance for an issue? You haven't brought an ordinance on corruption. You haven't brought an ordinance to protect children. You haven't brought an ordinance to ensure children are not exploited. But you have brought in an ordinance to get one
or black money,
or black money,
or black money, or Swiss banks.
or Swiss banks, but you brought in an ordinance for this. No, one second. By the way, to the Congress party, I just want to ask you, at least will you admit this much, Amee Yajnik, that you go and appoint whoever you want as long as 10 Janpat and the Gandhis like them and whatever post? You know, you are the ones who started this. For example, tell me, a former director of the SPG, Mr. B.V. Vanchu, whose claim to fame is that he has been very loyal and close and is seen to be part of the Gandhi family coterie. He is appointed as the governor of Goa, right? A CBI director, you reward him, I don't know why, as the governor of Nagaland. Should I continue with more? T.K. Nair was a 1963 batch Punjab cadre IAS officer. You make him principal secretary to Manmohan Singh. Christy Fernandez was a 1973 batch officer. You make him president of Pratibha
Legacy
Patil.
of UPA.
Pardon me?
Do they want to continue?
Arnab,
No.
Do they want to
Allow me
continue
to
the
come in.
legacy of UPA?
Arnab.
They always said they want to change. They always said they want change.
Arnab.
Are you going to pursue the same UPA policies by saying that you want to change? So are you running UPA 3 government or you are running NDA government? You
Mr.
are supposed to be running NDA government.
Vinod Mehta on the line wants to
UPA
ask a
3.
question
and you are
to...
pursuing and telling us in defense.
I don't know who. Vinod Mehta, good evening. You said you want to get into the debate. Thanks for watching the news, even from home. Who's your question to?
No, my question is for Mr. Trivedi. The question I want to ask that in your debate,
Yeah. Yes, Mr. Mehta, go ahead. Did I lose the line with you? Oh, I think we lost the line there. Sudhanshu Trivedi, you're going to have to wait just a minute more.
Arnab, can I come in now?
Yeah, go ahead, Gaurav Bhatia, till then.
Arnab, Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi has not answered why the BJP took the ordinance route. He has not answered that what was the emergency. He has not answered what is the public interest involved in appointing Mr. Nripendra Misra as the principal secretary to the PMO. We are not questioning the capability of a person. All we are questioning is that why are they tailor-making the laws that are in place to the advantage of a person? And that, I think, raises a larger question which he needs to answer. They played with the constitution when it came to the removal of the governors, and now they are again doing the same. They are trying to amend an act just because they want to accommodate a senior officer. I would just suggest to him, there are many efficient officers who can handle the post of principal secretary. They should take the best officer and not start this wrong trend, because it will not stop here. It will go from one act to the other and they'll destroy all institutions.
No, Mr. Trivedi, you must consider just one thing, and I'll say this to you at the end. Don't give people an opportunity to think just because you've got the mandate and you've got the numbers, then you can do what you want. Because remember, before you came to power, you did not argue technically. You used to argue on the point of ethics, reason and principle. Today, Mr. Trivedi, you are arguing just technically. Only and only technically. So somewhere, Mr. Trivedi, people will be watching you today and say that what happened to the BJP? They completely changed their line after they came to power. You know, they are now arguing like it's you know, you're arguing in some lower court. The argument is only ethical,
Okay, Arnab,
and in terms
first
of
you
precedent.
make me clear.
Vinod Mehta also has a question. Vinod Mehta, go ahead before I lose the line with you again.
Arnab, in your debate, it has been thrown up that Mr. Nripendra Misra, after retirement, worked for one of Neera Radia's companies called Oasis.
No.
Now, as everybody knows...
No. That is Pradeep Baijal, please. Don't mix up between Pradeep Baijal and Nripendra Misra.
He didn't work for Neera Radia's company?
No. We are talking about Pradeep Baijal.
Okay. I'm sorry then.
Okay, thanks for watching. Sudhanshu Trivedi, you got my point. I'm just closing the debate at this stage. You see, you're poised at that stage today.
Yes, Arnab.
Mr. Trivedi, where people are watching everything you do.
What is the point of objection of our opponent? It is technical or moral? First, they should define, and then I will answer accordingly. They want to discuss it on technical grounds or on the moral grounds.
It is on principle.
I have given answer of both.
It is on tampering
on technical ground, what is the technical reality, and moral ground, what is their moral local stand in the last 20 years?
But you used to question.
Have any moral authority.
The ordinance
you don't have any moral authority.
Public interest should be thoroughly discussed in Parliament. That only should be tabled in the Parliament. I would ask one question. How does this amendment affect the 125 crore people?
Why?
It affects nobody except the opposition who should try to get a pleasure of attacking government with their own preoccupied perspective when they are unable to attack on any substantive political logical issue.
That is why we have a problem with it.
Well, how does it affect exactly? That's the point. If it does not affect people and it only helps an individual,
it affects one person.
Then the law of the country.
No, Mr. Trivedi, remember this is not a question you used to ask me before the elections. Before the elections, you used to argue on matters of principle, ethics, morality. Today, you are saying, I will argue only on the basis of technical, legal arguments. Mr. Trivedi, you know, you used to criticize the Congress
I am
when they
asking the
responded.
issue of
Even then he is weak on that.
How can
even
you
on
allow
technical ground he is weak.
Out of 13,
even on
12
technical
regulators
ground,
with one rule and one regulator with the other rule? Is it not moral?
It is illegal and immoral.
Well, you have the numbers to push it through.
The BJP MPs were not there when this act
You have the numbers to push it through. Let's see what happens in the Rajya Sabha.
When this act was being passed.
Gentlemen, thank you for joining me on debate number 1 on the Newshour tonight.